Imagine standing on a crowded platform in New York City, 1854. Steam hisses, a train bell rings, and dozens of children, some as young as 5, clutch small suitcases, their eyes wide with fear. They're not running away from home. They're being shipped away, to places they've never seen, to families they've never met. This was the beginning of the orphan trains, one of the largest social experiments in American history. Between 1854 and 1929, over 200,000 children were taken from the streets, orphanages, and tenements of New York and sent west by train, in hopes of finding a new life. At first glance, it sounds like a noble mission, and in many ways, it was. New York in the mid-1800s was overflowing with homeless and abandoned children. Poverty, disease, and mass immigration had filled the streets with kids surviving by begging, stealing, or sleeping in alleys. A man named Charles Loring Brace, founder of the Children's Aid Society, believed he had a solution. He thought that if these children were sent to the open farmlands of the Midwest, they could be adopted by decent families, raised with values, and given a future. So he created the Orphan Train Movement, a lifeline for some, and a gamble for many. Every few weeks, trains packed with children left New York. Each child was cleaned, dressed, and given a tag with a number, not a name. When they arrived in small towns across America, they were lined up in local halls or churches. Families came to choose, sometimes with kind hearts, sometimes with cold calculations. Some children found love and stability they never imagined possible, but others were not so lucky. Many were used as free farm labor, treated harshly, or rejected if they didn't meet expectations. There were no real adoption laws, no follow-ups, and no guarantees. For many, it was a lottery of survival. Some never saw their siblings again. Others grew up never knowing their real names, their parents, or where they came from. And yet, out of this painful past, something new began. The Orphan Train Movement eventually inspired the creation of modern foster care and child welfare systems in America. The last orphan train left in 1929, but its echoes remain. Thousands of descendants today trace their roots back to those mysterious journeys, to children who arrived on platforms with nothing and built lives from the ground up. This is the untold story of the orphan trains of New York, a story of hope, heartbreak, and the search for belonging in a nation still finding its humanity.